Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick update because there's a number of things that I kind of wanted to address really. In terms of communication from the court, I haven't heard anything yet. This can take a while with the ICC. It is a court of last resort. And there has been a criminal complaint lodged recently, Monday, by Mark Sexton and Dr. Sam White and some lawyers that represented him in the High Court case that he won. So a few of you have reached out to me asking how this is going to affect our ICC complaint. And so I just wanted to let you know, to my knowledge, how it's going to affect it. So, like I said, the ICC is a court of last resort, which means that they will only investigate if we can show that the domestic system, the police, and the courts are unable or unwilling to do a competent investigation. Now, this complaint that's been lodged has a crime reference number this time, which, to my knowledge, we've been unsuccessful in getting before. So now the police are going to be held to a competency standard in this investigation that they are now under an obligation, a lawful obligation to fulfill. If they complete a competent investigation, they hold those responsible accountable, arrest warrants are issued, arrests are made, then excellent. That's fantastic. That's a win for the people of the United Kingdom, and by extension, the people of the world. If they don't hold a competent investigation, then our complaint to the ICC still stands. So in terms of how it affects our ICC complaint, it depends how well they do this investigation, whether they do it properly or not. If they do, then great. We don't need our ICC complaint. If they don't, then it's still valid. So anybody that's kind of worried that now that it's going to make our complaint null and void, it really depends on whether the police evidence that their investigation meets the competency standards of the ICC. Something else that I wanted to quickly address as well was that a couple of people actually have sent me a fact check that someone has done. To my knowledge, there's only been one fact-checking site stupid enough to try and fact-check this lawful complaint that was filed with the ICC. Some girl called Rachel Muller-Heindyke from a company called Logical BS. So I had a look at the fact check. It's very evident from reading the fact check that Rachel does not know what she's talking about. She clearly has no legal experience or knowledge of the law at all. And I have responded to this company's fact check just to say that actually it is not their place to rule on the law while we're waiting for a court to respond. Essentially what this fact checker, opinion checker, Rachel has done is to say that there is no evidence of violations of the Nuremberg Code. That's for a court to decide. That's not for Rachel with no legal knowledge to say. I had a look at her. Her background is in magazine journalism. She's clearly a failed journalist, like 90% of these other fact checkers. Nobody wants to read what she has to say, so they just impose their opinions on people. But I just wanted to address this, that I have challenged this with the fact-checking company. They have no authority to rule on the law while we are waiting for a court to respond. That is not their job. They are wholly unqualified to fact-check me. In Rachel's fact check, she referred to me as Hannah Rose the activist, which to an extent is fair. I am an activist, but she completely omitted the fact that I have an entire law degree, that I have 6 years experience working in law practice. because Rachel clearly didn't know what she was talking about, and so she wanted to give the impression that I also didn't know what I was talking about. Unfortunately for Rachel and her company, I do know what I'm talking about. And so I just wanted to let you know that that has been challenged. Fact checkers have little to no credibility as it is. And it was just really stupid of this company to try and fact check me when they were not only wholly unqualified to do so, it was actually a really shoddy piece of writing. So I just wanted to update you. Congratulations to Mark Sexton and Dr. Sam for filing this complaint with the police. Fingers crossed we get a competent investigation, because if we do, I mean, potentially things could happen a lot quicker than with the ICC. I've been looking at past cases with the ICC, and it can take months for an investigation. There are 3 ways that the ICC can open an investigation. So you can have a proprio motu request, which is what we've done, which is where an individual requests the prosecutor to open an investigation. You can have a state referral, where a member state to the court requests the prosecutor to open an investigation. And there's the UN Security Council, which can also put in a request as well. The quickest by far are the referrals from the UN Security Council. The next quickest is probably the state referral, and then the proprio motu request being the longest. They have open proprio motu requests. It's not something that hasn't happened before, but it can take some time, and there are stages first as well. The preliminary examination would need to happen. As yet, I haven't heard from the court. We haven't been rejected, which is positive. I've had, obviously at the time that I drafted the complaint, I couldn't find any lawyers to get on board with this. Since filing and making it public, it's had over 40,000 downloads now, and I've had a number of solicitors and barristers reach out that want to work with me on this as well, which is exciting. I'm currently in the process of getting back to everybody. I really want to thank everybody that has emailed me. I can't respond to all of your emails, but I have read them all. So thank you to everybody that's emailed me. Thank you to everybody that's emailed the court. Thank you to everybody that's donated. I will keep you updated as and when new information comes in. But that's pretty much everything that I wanted to update you on for now. Namaste.